What's up, everybody? Tindo here, and these guys behind me, you're gonna have a little bit of trouble seeing them, but you shouldn't be too hard to tell that they're not dogs. Those are not cats. Those are not goats. Those are alpaca. We're on an alpaca farm, which means a lot of things. First of all, my life is awesome. I think, anyways. Who gets to go hang out at an alpaca farm? I'm not telling you to be jealous or nothing, but I don't know what I'm saying. Alpaca are cool, but listen, we're going to make some content here on the alpaca farm. So in the medium to long term, over the next week or so, stick around for that content. It's going to be awesome. But also, we traveled here to Kentucky from Phoenix today, so we're going to talk about that in just a second. And while traveling here, I brought some traveling handheld games. We're going to talk about not only the systems, but we're going to talk about the games that I played and whether or not I recommend the games for traveling. And at some point, I want to hear about your traveling game recommendations. And I don't know, maybe we'll talk a little bit about the food that we've eaten today too. So check this out. What time is it?
Too early.
Too early. Show us the time.
4:24.
It's right.
I slept from like 10 to 1 and I looked at memes the rest of the night.
Did you really?
Yeah.
I went to bed at about 1, so I've had about 2 hours of sleep. How does a cross-country trip on 2 or 3 hours of sleep sound?
Like I haven't done it before.
You get a nap on the plane?
No, I'm gonna drink a Red Bull, I'll be right.
I brought my fully charged Game Boy, my fully charged 3DS, my fully charged PSP, and my fully charged Switch. It is 4:30. Our flight leaves at 6 o'clock. What time are we going to be in Kentucky?
Like 12 or 1.
And we have a layover in Texas. So I guess probably no food till Texas. In-flight entertainment, I brought my Switch, my 3DS, and my PSP. Now, the real question is, which one will I end up playing? I guess we'll have to just wait and see. But I'm thinking it's probably going to be my 3DS because I brought Luigi's Mansion. I'm ready to get hopped up on some sugar and make my way to Texas. Hey Pat.
Yeah?
What you got in your pocket?
It's not my pocket.
I already got my phone on my
Very nice.
XL.
What are you playing?
Nothing right now. But I have Pokemon and Luigi's Mansion.
Nice.
Ready for the trip.
You better beat the game before we land.
Count on it.
First, there we go. Alrighty, thank you. Have a good day.
For our second flight, Patrick is taking over the 3DS. He's going to play some Pokemon. I'm going to play some PSP. What am I going to play? Dynasty Warriors. I'm going to play some Dynasty Warriors on this flight. Patrick says he only got through the intro of Pokemon, and he died like 5 times, he said?
2.
Welcome home.
Yeah,
Thanks.
You excited to see these alpaca?
Not as much as the dog.
I'm excited about the alpaca. All right, name him, Patrick.
Can you, Patrick?
No.
Sure, you can. Okay, the one running, you know, is Simon. Simon always runs.
Yeah.
Look at him go. He stopped. He's like, screw it.
Sorry.
Look at that big thing. That's how you bear hug a dog right there. So you do have a soul. Look at that mad looking cat. That's my friend right there. You better get it. All right, so we made it to Kentucky. We got off the plane and we went straight to Patrick's favorite restaurant. It's a place called Bourbon in Toulouse, and it is a little hole-in-the-wall place. It's really easy to miss. It does have a front entrance, but for whatever reason, every time we've ever went to it, we went in the back entrance, which is... You'd miss it. If it were the only entrance the restaurant had, you'd never know the place was there. But I did get a shot of the outside of the restaurant so you can see it. If you ever come through Lexington, I highly recommend this place. And I'm going to show you the food, what the food looks like, and it's not going to look like much. It looks like a pile of stuff, which it is. There's a couple pieces of bread, and it's really good. But I do highly recommend this restaurant if you ever come through Lexington. I have only ever eaten there twice, I think. The last two times I've came through Kentucky and visited Patrick, that's where we've ate. And to be honest with you, I would not be surprised if we go back there again tomorrow. So if you see it pop up on the vlog again, just know it's because it's good. It tastes so good. It doesn't matter that it's in a styrofoam plate. It doesn't matter that the place is a super hole in the wall. It's great. Definitely try it if you ever come through. I'm not aware as of yet if they have a restaurant in New Orleans or Louisiana anywhere. As far as I know, they're only here in Kentucky, but it is good. Let's move on. What else did we do today? We did so much. Actually, we did nothing but sit on the planes. And you know, airplanes for me used to be pretty stressful, at least when I first started traveling for a living, because obviously, as you guys know, airplanes are not super accommodating for big people. It's just how it is. The more people that can squeeze onto an airplane, the more money the airline makes. So, of course, my experience on airplanes has never been great. But there was a year, probably 2015, 2016, where I flew more than 100 times in 1 year, which sounds insane, but that was my life back then, a traveling videographer. And so I got used to it. And I found ways to streamline how I got onto a plane, how I packed, to make it an easier experience. But you know what I didn't have back then? I didn't have a YouTube channel where I made gaming content, and I certainly didn't have these handhelds. This is actually the first time I have ever in my life flown with gaming handhelds. I know that sounds strange. You guys probably think I've spent my whole life doing this, but I didn't. I didn't have any of this back in 2015, 2016. So let's talk about my first experience flying with these handhelds. I guess we can start by talking about the handhelds themselves, and then maybe we'll talk a little bit about what I played, because I do really want to highly recommend one of these games. Actually, I recommend them all, but there's one we're going to talk about in links. So my 3DS on the plane was great. I, of course, like most people who have a 3DS, don't use the 3D feature, but I do just want to add a little note that, the 3D setting on the 3DS is already, it's already terrible, right? Well, try it on an airplane. It's disgusting. It'll make you want to jump out of the airplane. It's bad. I don't know why Nintendo ever did it in the first place, but if you ever take your 3DS on a plane, don't turn the 3D screen on. That's all I've got to say about that. The Switch, it was just as wonderful as you would imagine. It's exactly everything that you think it would be. And the battery lasted. I played this on half of both of my 2 legs of flights. So I had 2 flights. I flew to Texas, and then we flew from Texas to here. And half of each of those flights, I played this. And the battery's still like half charged. So that's great. I couldn't be happier with it. The 3DS, it was fine. The screens on all 3 of these are bright, so there's no real downside to that. I just didn't enjoy playing Luigi's Mansion on the plane. I don't know. I need to give Luigi's Mansion another try on the 3DS. I've never played it on 3DS. I played it a little bit on the GameCube here and there, but I just did not enjoy it. I pretty much put this away to get my Switch back out and keep playing it. So I played Dynasty Warriors on the PSP, and I'd never played the handheld version, so I was kind of worried that it wouldn't be so good boiled down, but it's basically kind of like the PlayStation edition, so it was fine. Hack and slash, all you want, to your heart's desire. I had fun. I do recommend it. But I was surprised by how bright and how crisp the screen on the PSP was. We're right next to an airport, so if you hear airplanes, there's nothing I can do about it. But it was good. It was great. I mean, now obviously I had a much more comfortable time with this big screen compared to this one, but it was surprisingly good. Now, I did not grow up with a PSP. My little brother had one when I was a kid, but I pretty much never played it. So I didn't know what to expect. This was my first real outing with my PSP, and I'm glad I brought it. What about you guys? Do you guys travel with any of your handhelds? If so, comment below. Let me know which ones you like to travel with the best. You know, I've been thinking, I'm not one that likes to pack a lot. My huge, extensive history in traveling, period, makes me not want to take a lot of stuff. So to bring all three of these and a stack of games and cases for them and chargers, it's kind of not in my DNA. But of course, I'm doing it for the tube. Doing it for the tube. Do you understand? That's why I brought them, because I wanted to make some content out of it, and I wanted to catch up on some games I've been wanting to play. But I do want to know in the comments below, if you travel, what do you travel with? I think next time I travel, I'm going to get myself a backlit, biverted Game Boy, and I'm just going to take some classic Game Boy games, like maybe a Game Boy Pocket, a real small one, and just pack that, because the charger's small, the Game Boy's small, the games are small. I mean, that's really the case for all these too, I know, but like, just one Game Boy. I think that would be better than this, because having all this and all the cords drives me nuts. I mean, if not in the future, it'll probably just be my Switch, but I wanted to try these out. Or I don't know, if I get back to traveling a lot in the future, I doubt it'll ever happen as much as I used to, I'll probably just switch it up. This trip I'll take this one, next trip I'll take the PSP, I don't know. But maybe you guys' comments will let me know what's best. Maybe you guys can comment below and tell me your strategies for traveling with gaming. I'm betting there's someone watching who really gets crazy and takes consoles and plugs them up in their hotel rooms and stuff. That'd be interesting. I've never done that personally, but I could definitely, if I was going to be on the road for a long time, I could see that for sure. But that's the handhelds. Let's talk a little bit more about what I really played a lot of today. I played a ton of Yoshi's Woolly World, and I want to talk about it because I'm over the moon about it. I'm going to finish shooting this video. I'm going to go back in, lay down in the bed, rest a little bit, and play some more because, like, I'm just that in love with it. Now, a lot of people watching, if you're not going to end up liking the game, it's probably going to be because platformers aren't, like, your tip-top thing. But me, my favorite thing in the world, if you ask me my favorite kind of game, I'm going to tell you platformers every time. I love Mario games. I love Yoshi's game. Super Mario World 2, Yoshi's Island is probably on my top 5 list. Like, I love that game so much. So there's so many ways in which this felt like I don't want to say a sequel to Yoshi's Island, but I've played all the Yoshi games. And there's so many mechanics from so many different Yoshi games that are not only in this game, but also are expanded upon. So, like, you remember in Yoshi's Island where you could shoot the eggs, but it was just up or down, you just had an angle, and that was it? Well, they have that mechanic in here, and it very much so feels the same, but it's also in 3D, so you can not only shoot it linearly, but you can go back, and you can go forward with it, too. And just that alone is a really nice, cool, like, I don't know how to put it. I want to say it's almost like the games I played as a kid that I love so much have evolved. That's what Woolly World feels like. It feels like the evolution of some of my favorite games. There's so much more about it, though. As someone who is very hands-on, artsy, craftsy, buildy, that's how I describe myself, artsy, crafty, I guess. This game is just beautiful. There's parts of it that, I kid you not, literally just look like somebody went to Joann's fabric store or Michael's, Hobby Lobby, wherever you like to shop, brought home a bunch of arts and crafts supplies and literally built the levels, and then Yoshi's just running around in them. Like, it looks that good. I'm not exaggerating. It's breathtaking to me personally. So I'm basically telling you that Yoshi's Woolly World is the best game ever. You shouldn't play anything else. Fight me if you disagree. I'm just kidding. But it is good. I do highly recommend it, especially for traveling. There's, there was basically the controls in Luigi's Mansion for me. It was being in motion in the airplane and still using the steering mechanism and the different ghost devices that you have playing Luigi's Mansion that just I don't want to play that in a car. I don't want to play it on an airplane. So I do not recommend that game for traveling. Kind of the same on the hack and slash nature of Dynasty Warriors. It pulls you in too much. You're too enthralled with it. And I feel like Woolly World, between the 3 games that I played today, was the least intensive but still most attention grabbing. A nice balance of those 2 things. So I do highly recommend it. So I don't know, maybe next time you travel, consider taking Yoshi's Woolly World. I bet here in a few days you might be able to get a copy of it a little bit cheap for old Black Friday, but I don't know. If you don't want to go out in that madness, don't do it. It may not be worth it, but I do recommend the game. But that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out. Before you go, do be sure to leave a comment below. Let's talk about your traveling gaming preferences. I want to know. Even if you don't take gaming stuff with you when you travel, tell me why. I want to know. But also, before you go, guys, be sure to go join our community Discord. It's kind of the hub of everything we do here on the channel. It's where we kind of discuss and pre-plan the videos we're gonna make, and we'd love to have you over there giving your input. But also, before you go, I need you to hit that like and subscribe button. We're almost 700 subs right now. While I was on the plane traveling here, we went up another 6 or 7 subs. So hit that sub button, help me get to 1,000. Also hit the bell notification before you go so that when I post these videos in the future, you'll get a notification and you can come back and hang out with me then. I'm out of breath because I just walked all the way over from the alpaca fields. My life is dope. If you hit that notification bell, when I post these videos in the future, you'll get a notification and come back and hang out with me then. Until then, guys, I'm going to bed. Peace out.